Hi, everybody. Hope this is working. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for your patience. I know we're starting a little bit later because the healing went over. So go ahead and say hi. If this is working, let me know it's working. Just say it's working. Good afternoon for me. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is for you. Let me see. I'm not getting my replies yet. Hello, hello, hello. I think it's working though. Let's see. Oh, there we go. Yay! Hi, everybody. Oh, and let me know if the video looks normal because I've shoved it different. I moved it differently on my screen right now, so I don't think I messed up the videoing of it, the image that you see of me. But if it's smushed or anything, let me know. And you can go ahead. This is a Q&A. I am an energy healer, reader, and teacher. And so if you have any questions about wellness, spirituality, energy healing, meditation, if you have issues with any of the above or any sort of energy issue at all, you can post it. And if I have time in the hour that this will last, I can do it. I'm going to actually set a timer for an hour. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, try to front load your questions. Oh, and try to think of others too a little bit. Maybe limit yourself to maybe 2 questions, maybe 3 questions tops, maybe 1 question if it's a biggie. Just because I want to get to many people's questions if I can. But welcome, welcome, welcome. And anyone can submit a question or just listen and enjoy. You don't have to know me already, or you don't have to pay me money to participate. It's okay. Although I do have a tip feature on my website. Just as a fun fact. There's a tip feature on my sessions payment page at the very bottom. And it's like a huge page, so you may never even notice it. But yeah, there's a tip feature at the bottom if you ever did want to, but I'm just notifying the world that that's possible. Okay, someone says, yay, it's working. Hi, Janet. Hi, it's working. Hi, it's working. Hi, it's working. Thank you so much. Someone says, hi, hello. Okay, so someone says, Janet, would like to know what you think I should focus on energy healing, self-healing wise. It seems like your left side, you're not as present in your left side. I would say your left shoulder, your left arm, your left leg, and like the left side of the front of your aura just somehow seems more blocked. I don't think it's a specific person or a specific being or something. I think just somehow you have gotten so much more present, but like you're less present here in your left arm, your left leg, left side of the front of your aura. So I would say that'd be a interesting focus for you. Your left side of your grounding seems fine though, interestingly enough, but you're pretty advanced, so that's why. But yeah, you still have, so that could be an interesting focus area for you for a little bit. Someone says, hey Janet, I tend to finish projects and I never seem to be satisfied with the end result. Sewing, projects, cooking, etc. Is that blocks or something else going on? I think that you have there's a difference between what you need and what you want. And I tend to see this in relationships a lot of times when people are dating, and they're not sure if this person is good for them, and or they keep attracting and dating people that aren't really good for them or something. It's like there's what they really need on a spirit level, and then what they consciously think they need, which is really what they want. you know, so their conscious want and then what they really need. And if you clear energy blocks, clear enough energy blocks, say with blanket exercise or something, you know, there's a video, Janet Wright blanket exercise, if people don't know that one. But I'll type that out, Janet Wright blanket exercise. It's just a way to clear energy blocks, easy way. But so if you clear enough energy blocks, then what you need and what you're consciously wanting then are the same. You're more in line with your deeper needs. So, but I think with you and finishing your projects, you're finishing projects the way you need to finish them. And there's just energy blocks in the way of what you're consciously having in mind. So I think if you just clear the blocks, then what you need and what you consciously have in mind will be the same. Will be sort of aligned and harmonized. So then there won't be that weird disconnect. So that should be interesting to work on. Someone says, hi, good afternoon. Well, good afternoon to you. Someone says, hello, and gives me a purple unicorn. Thank you so much. Someone says, there's like a 30-second delay. Someone says, video is normal. So yeah, I guess it would depend on your area too. Someone says, how did my father-in-law do in the healing? Oh, yeah. He was one of the people that needed the heart chakra stuff, but not only in the last 6 weeks did he really need a heart chakra healing, repair, unblocking, etc. He was one of the people that was very scattered, and he also had aura damage, and now his aura's whole and much bigger. His aura is like twice as big. And he still has scattered parts coming back. Probably the next 2 days. But they're at least on the way back, which is a big deal. So if you wanted to, since you're somewhat advanced, you could, check his grounding and offer to unblock his grounding in the next day or two. If you wanted to, telepathically get his consent and then do a little unblocking grounding with him. It's not necessary, but it could be nice for him. But yeah, so he got, his aura is fine now, much bigger. His scattered parts are coming back. It's just that, with the pandemic and just uncleared grief from the past, it just he had a sort of an extra scattering kind of thing going on. But he was definitely open to the healing for sure. But part of that's because I've worked with him before as well. But, on a spirit level, most people are open to it. Someone says, I have a question about my aura. I realize that the top of it caves in when I'm people pleasing, even if I have protections up. How can I fix that? Well, okay, so an aura doesn't cave in the sense that, falling all by itself, something pounds it in, something is beating your aura in so that you see a cave in, right? So let me check my cables. Okay, hopefully that's good. So it looks like you have just flashlight beings is what I would call them. I like to make silly names for beings to remind everybody that you're the big, mighty, powerful one, and not to be scared of these other little tiny nuisance beings. But anyway, if you imagine a tiny version of you, then you have these little nuisance beings up here, which I would call flashlight beings, that just shoot energy down from above. And that's where your cave-in is coming from. It doesn't exactly have to do with people pleasing. It's just that these beings are doing it, when they feel they want to. And then, so you just imagine little you and then the flashlight beings, and just imagine a big group of them and just say, angels, can you please recycle these beings? And then repair your aura again. And then one you could do too is, I don't know if you are familiar with the weichi aura healing as well. Those 15 extra auras that we have for energy self-defense. But there is, that video weichi auras, which is 45 minutes, where I introduce that concept for anyone who is unfamiliar. So I'm just going to type Janet Wright weichi auras. And there's a 45-minute video, and then there's plus lots of live streams with weichi in the title or description. Or info section. Yeah, so, because if you have about 4 different weichi auras up here, like we have 15 weichi auras, right? So there are 4 of them that are all ripped up and like have big chunks missing right here. So that's why you're more prone to getting a lot of damage very fast in your regular auras right here, just with some beings shooting down energy. If those weichi auras were repaired, if you repaired those 4 different weichi auras, just imagine them and repair them. I think that's healthy and gentle enough for you to do at once. Just repair all 4 because you work your energy. So just repair those 4 weichi auras up there, and that way, even with the little flashlight being shooting energy down at you, it wouldn't really, it make maybe a little bit of a difference, but not a big difference, and then you could just repair your aura. Also, gold energy aura buffer zones, redo those more often. We're probably going to do more with gold energy aura buffer zones soon. I keep forgetting to tell people about those, redo your gold energy aura buffer zones. I mean, I say it on a spirit level in every healing like 4 times, but I keep forgetting to consciously say it. So you could redo your gold energy aura buffer zones more often. But spoiler, we're gonna do even more fun stuff with gold energy aura buffer zones soon. But anyway, if soon meaning maybe next month in those group healings. There is, if you don't know what gold energy aura buffer zones are, it's an 18-minute video that also teaches aura repair, gold energy aura buffer zones. So I just typed out that title for people. You can just search YouTube for that if you don't know. Someone says, Janet, what is the difference between spirit self and higher self? Can behavior be changed with energy healing, such as people who tend to overthink, negative thinking, people who always want to win? Yes and no. Okay, well, the first question, what is the difference between spirit self and higher self? So when I say your spirit, I mean you. So sometimes that can sound confusing because I say it like your arm, You are a spirit, right? So your physical body is not you. Your physical body is super important and super valuable, even for spiritual reasons, super, super important. But you are an eternal spirit, right? So your spirit is just my way of saying you. Your higher self is a specific part of you that doesn't really come into your lifetime so much. So it sort of stands like it's basically part of your higher self is your 8th chakra. And so that's like way up above, like if this is the top of your aura, then there's at least 3 feet right here. And then it's like it looks like a gold sun, but it's like an energy center of yours called your 8th chakra. And so that would be a part of your higher self. So it's you, but it's a part that doesn't it doesn't come down in the body, and it's just sort of like eternal wisdom and very mellow, and it doesn't really involve itself in a lot of the details of like, oh, I got to be somewhere in 5 minutes. Like, no, it just stays up there, but it sends down gold light, gold eternal wisdom, gold healing energy that it's sort of like that evolved knowledge and healing from having had all the lifetimes you've had and the stuff you've learned. So that's part of your higher self. So your higher self is a part of you as a spirit, but it's a part of you that is, more evolved, more wise. So I hope that makes sense. And then your question, so this is like 3 questions in one here. You say, can behavior be changed with energy healing? Yes, except if the behavior can be modified with energy healing. But if you're talking about somebody else, there are a lot of factors. Like, for example, is that person younger spiritually than you are? If that person is younger spiritually than you are and they've had significantly less lifetimes than you, then they may not have that same ability to have, let's say, empathy, and be emotionally present with you, and be able to kind of validate what you're going through emotionally and be emotionally sensitive to where you're at and all that. If they're not at that level spiritually because they've had fewer lifetimes than you, no amount of energy healing is going to help with that. If they just have a ton of repressed anger, energy healing can help with that. But if you are kind of forcing that person to try to be emotionally empathetic with you and they're just not capable of it, that's going to be irritating and uncomfortable for even a very flowing person, who's just not there yet. So there, it depends on what you're asking. But if you're asking, like, can my dad be emotionally sensitive someday? Yeah, in 10 lifetimes, maybe. I mean, I'm not sure. I don't have time to like look specifically at your dad, but you know what I mean? It's like different people have different ages spiritually, and so they're capable of different things at those levels that they're at. But then energy healing, sort of maximizes their capabilities within their age. So I hope that makes sense. But overthinking, yeah, energy healing can help a lot with overthinking. Overthinking is usually just stuck energy and you're kind of out. So, the more present you get, the more you heal your mind, then the less you overthink. People who always want to win, I mean, there are some younger souls who might always want to win, and energy healing would maybe help them to be nicer about it, but they might still really enjoy that comparison, and comparing themselves to others. And they might still really enjoy that dynamic because of what age they are spiritually. So it depends. All right, someone says, wondering how I'm doing. I've been struggling with depression and need for brain to work and moving forward. A couple of things. It looks like for you, every day is a processing day, which is too much, A processing day is like when you're releasing so much and you're just bringing in so much new energy that you're not very productive. You're not maybe even very clear-headed. You just kind of want to nap and sit around, because your spirit is doing a lot. Your body's doing a lot. So having a processing day every day is too much. So I was looking at why every day seems like it's a processing day for you. And I think, first of all, your 8th chakra is actually too close to you. You want it, your 8th chakra, that gold sun, it's part of your higher self, your 8th chakra. You want it to be at least 3 feet above the top of your aura. So here's the top of your aura, and then here's your 8th chakra. So yours is like sometimes like touching your edge of your aura, which is like kind of frying you a little. I mean, you'll be fine, but I think that's why every day is a processing day, because you're like, whoa, I think you're trying too hard, even on a spirit level. So like, nudge your 8th chakra up a little bit. Let your angels adjust it. How about that? That's even safer. Just say, angels, can you adjust my 8th chakra so that I'm not so fried, so that I can, grow, but also be really productive. I think that would be a start. And just make sure when you're doing your clearing, try to do more nourishing than clearing. So more flower healing, more giving to yourself than, release, than, like clearing out all the blocks. Because I think when you're clearing out blocks these days, you're kind of overshooting the healthy and gentle, and you're doing too much clearing. So that's part of how every day is a processing day for you. So clear less, nourish more, and have your angels move your 8th chakra to a more workable distance for you. And if that doesn't help, like, a couple days of that, you could post under one of my videos another question about it. Someone says, how did my son do in the healing? Thank you. Yes. He, before the healing, he had chakra damage, aura damage as well. His aura, his aura is nice now. It's just so funny how much bigger it gets, because when people really need aura damage, when the people really need aura repair, their aura just, it's like, like a raisin. And then, so his aura is like, God, like what, 6 times bigger now? It's funny. So just for fun, you could imagine that later, what his aura looked like before and then his aura now. So that's good that his aura is a lot bigger, has more energy. His chakras are all repaired. Yeah, he seems to like, yeah, he's like, I got this. So I don't know what he's going to be like consciously, but he seems to, he has a bit of a swagger about receiving the healing. He's like, yeah, I was good. I did a good job. So that's good. Yeah, so I would say before he was kind of like, he was on his path. He wasn't lost, but he was sort of like by the side of the path, just sort of standing there kind of in a daze. And now he is in the center of his path, and he's looking right forward. He's just not moving forward yet. So in the next few days, you could just, after you ground or maybe just stretch or something or touch yourself so you're not like in his head, but just, say hi to him in your mind. Just say, hey, say his name and just say, your angels can help you to move forward in your life. You can let your angels help you to move forward in life, because that way, but at least he's looking forward and he is starting to let them walk him forward. It's just, he seems very tentative. So, maybe if you just say hi to him in the next couple of days and kind of reassure him a little. If you wanted to get him, other healings, he seems very open to it. I'm just laughing at his confidence level with it. It's cute. But, we can, if that's not affordable to keep getting healings, we can work on you, graduating to a healer of him, a little faster. Or just reminding him, you could say, hey, your angels can help and guide you today, something like that. But just make sure you're in your space and just let your voice travel, so it's a gentle suggestion or a reminder rather than like I'm in your brain forcing you to work with your angels. Because that wouldn't help anyone grow if you force them to do something. That would be bad karma and counterproductive. Even if you're trying to force them to do something that you think will help, it's not good. Okay. So he did well. Very well, considering where he was before the healing. Someone says, I've been working more on fourth chakra lately. Every time I felt somewhat lonely due to pandemic. Yes, good move. Yes, loneliness is a blockage in the heart chakra. I didn't mention that. That's a good point. I should have mentioned that in the live stream. Is there anything I can do further to feel even better? I love homework. Yeah, I would say, you're pretty good now at having the back of your fourth chakra release well. For a lot of people, that would be their homework, is to just imagine the back of your fourth chakra and see which parts of it are blocked and melt the blocks every day so that you get a nice fully releasing fourth chakra every day. But you're pretty much already there. So I would just say pick a fourth layer energy block or 2 or 3 every day and just melt them. Just go hunting around your fourth layer for energy blocks. Commonly they'll be at the very top and the very bottom of your fourth layer. But, just be creative, find them, and melt them away. And if there's anything weird and heavy on the energy block, that's just a being, and say, angels, can you please recycle that? And then you can clear the block easily. So that would probably be the next step, is just fun with fourth layer. Energy block building. Someone says, hi, what does it mean if your energy is great one day, then very low the next? It probably means you got really whacked and or your grounding is blocked. Block grounding could be enough to just make everything feel like it ground to a halt. But it could be also your grounding got blocked and then somebody threw energy at you and damaged your aura. So that video, there's this one 10-minute video that would remedy both things. That's not an accident, because those are the most common two things, the grounding and, or, unblock your grounding and aura repair. So if you search Janet Wright, unblock grounding aura repair, it's filmed outside. It's a 10-minute, 11-minute video. I'm in the snow. I filmed that like really early in the morning one day. Like it was like right after sunrise or something. Usually not up that early. Well, if I'm up that early, I'm about to go back to sleep. But anyway, that would be a good video to do. I think it's good to do proactively every day, so then you catch it when it's not so dramatic. Don't wait till your whole life grinds to a halt and then do the video, because it's just more painful that way. It still works to do the video then, so I'm not trying to shame you or anything. But yeah, that would be the video. There's also a playlist that's new, a playlist. So you find it in my playlist tab of my YouTube channel. And it's called Screwed Up or something. It's recent. It's called Screwed Up. Feeling Screwed Up, something like that. And it has that video and like a chakra repair video in it and something else in it. So that it's just like got all of the basics for like when you feel totally like garbage. One or several of the things in that playlist is what you need. So you could just like use the Screwed Up playlist and just half listen while you're doing dishes and stuff, because if you're feeling really screwed up, you might not have the motivation to sit down and do a video just in a focused way. So that's why a playlist might be nice, just because you'll get enough of the information if you kind of have to do it while you do other things, hopefully. All right. So hope that helps. Someone says, hi, Janet. I've been doing more daily work and feel better overall. Oh, daily healing work. Good for you. And feel better overall since the healings with you. Thank you. Do my angels have any tips or suggestions going forward? Thank you for the guidance. There's something about where you're putting your energy into the future. Ideally, I would say keep all your energy here, like in the present moment. Maybe you're not doing it on purpose, or maybe you think that's how you like manifest change, like, oh, I want this to happen in the future. But that's not, as far as I've seen, that's not how you would do it. That's just how you would get scattered. So, like you could just imagine a timeline, and there's the past and there's now and there's the future, and just see where your energy is and just heal the parts of you that are stuck in the future. Obviously, it's most likely subconscious, accidental, and it may be that's how you're thinking that you're going to get good things to happen to you in the future, but I would say that's the opposite. You want to be here and have the wellness here, because it's like, here in the present, that's your garden for the future. So by nourishing yourself and getting more and more present, your garden grows beautiful things for your future now, if that makes sense. So I would say that could be something fun to sort of add to your healing, is that timeline, and just I think it's a long-term pattern for you. So maybe check regularly and just see what parts of you are hanging out in the future, maybe at the end of today, or at the end of next month, or at the end of 5 years, when something you feel like is going to happen important, and just call yourself back to here and now in the present. Otherwise, you could work on hearing your angels better. I have that video, yeah, I would say there are two that you could do, because that's really, great if you can just journal and reflect every day as you meditate and hear your angels talking to you. And obviously that takes time to develop. But Janet Wright, 5th layer, 5th chakra, is a nice video where it just focuses on the fifth layer and the fifth chakra a lot, healing and clearing, and that can help you hear your angels better. And then also, if you search YouTube for Janet Wright work with angels in Sleep More, that's the video title, something like that. Janet Wright work with angels in Sleep More, but you can just say work angels sleep more or something. But that's a video too that will help you clear specifically your astral body fifth chakra and your astral body fourth chakra, with the specific intention that you're unblocking whatever, you're kind of tuning yourself so that you can work better with your angels in your sleep. And then that can speed your growth as well. So there's hearing your angels when you're awake, and then there's also working with them more in your sleep. So, and the regular journaling, I don't know if you're doing, if you have a journal near you as you meditate, but that is a nice step to add if you don't, just so that that idea of, your thoughts and hearing your own thoughts and giving time to that, that I think ultimately can help you to, hear your angels better as well. So that would be fun. Someone says, hi, hello. Thank you. Someone else says, hi, Janet. I have been healing my 5th and 4.5 chakra. 4.5 is right here. I don't mention it a lot in videos except to say, oh yeah, here it is. I do have one video. If you search Janet Wright 4.5 chakra, you look in the info section for exact time when it's mentioned. I think it's like 45 minutes into the video. I start talking about chakra 4.5 and we clear it out and heal it a little bit. But anyway, someone says, so chakra 4.5 helps your 5th chakra. It also creates new energy that helps to bolster and strengthen this energy channel here in your shoulders and your arms, which helps with manifesting. But it helps you hear angels better. It helps, strengthen your throat chakra and all that stuff. So throat chakra does help with hearing your angels, peace of mind, communications. So I've been healing my 5th and 4.5 chakra to improve my telepathy. Yes. So telepathy for everyone is nonverbal communication. So hearing and speaking. So hearing your angels. Can you tell me how I'm doing and what I can do to improve my techniques? I don't know if you are, because the other aspect of that is the telepathic mesh. So I would say add that. If you search Janet Wright telepathic mesh, and that's the video. It has this cool image. The thumbnail image for the video is like a gold mesh little ribbon or something. But anyway, that if you unblock and repair your telepathic mesh, I think that would be another good thing to do. I would say too, practice hearing your angels, use it, but ask your angels more simple things first, because some people are like, oh, they'll ask like the most giant question to their angels as they're practicing to hear their angels, but that puts too much pressure on you. You're likely going to be more triggered, and so you're less likely going to hear the big question from your angels, so don't use that as practice. Do silly little things like, okay, angels, should I wear the purple shawl or the blue shawl? Okay, angels, have I had enough, tea today? Am I hydrating enough? Should I do some stretching right now, angels? Is it time to go to bed yet, angels? Like practice with little daily regular things. So then, you'll practice your hearing, in the moment. You'll be less likely to be triggered, because you want like a lot of easy wins to build your confidence and your experience level. So I would say that's a good thing. So the telepathic mesh video, work that in addition to what you're doing, and then the just practice. Ask your angels questions all the time. Okay, so my question is about sex. Someone else says, so my question is about sexual energy. I try not to judge, but I notice when I interact with people who have more lustful intentions, they often, it's funny how you say that. Sounds like a biblical writing or something. That have more lustful intentions, they often cord or block me up. What is happening here and how? Yeah, I mean, people cord. It's not their fault you're a hottie. I'm kidding. So yeah, people cord. It's just how do people cord? They cord. It's like the both ends of the cord. You're in. If they're cording you, that means they found some kind of baggage to attach to. So they're kind of doing you a favor in showing you where you have energy blocks in your second layer or your second chakra. So you could just, after you meditate, you're centered, you just kind of imagine your second layer and your second chakra right now. And okay, you've cleared it. And then you imagine you with, guy courting you. Imagine guy courting you. Like, first of all, you're triggered because you think this person, you can tell this person's attracted to you. So automatically you have all this baggage triggered. And then it's like child's play for him to court you because you have so much baggage triggered. So I think, part of it is maybe do blanket exercise. For others who don't know, that video is, if you just search Janet Ray blanket exercise, you'll find it. It's this little 11-minute video. It's real easy. It's just a technique, an easy way to clear energy blocks. So you would be clearing energy blocks that trigger when you're around somebody who either you're attracted to or they're attracted to you. And, just clear those energy blocks. It could be shame. It could be, old repressed sadness, thinking coulda, shoulda, woulda from years past, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just, okay, whatever baggage that triggers when I'm around some guy I think is hot or somebody thinks I'm hot, and just melt away the baggage so that over time because what's happening is you're getting triggered and then you're easy to cord. If you really weren't triggered by somebody feeling that you're attractive, either they wouldn't be able to cord you or the cord would be like crazy easy for you to melt away in like a hot second. But I think you have a lot of baggage that triggers in those situations. So that's the homework, just not in that moment, do it ahead of time. Just clear energy around like dating type dynamics. Someone thinking you're attractive, you thinking they're attractive, they're thinking you're attractive, but you don't think they're attractive, whatever. Just clear all that baggage over time. Okay. Hope that makes sense. Someone says, had the whole thing written out already, but YouTube wouldn't let me. All right, but I think we got the question. Okay. Someone says, is it helpful for us to send energy healing flowers to our scattered parts? That would be cute. You could try that. I think that, just gold light does the trick though, it seems like. So, but if you feel like you want to be extra nice to those scattered parts of you, I don't see why not. Just have the angels tune the little healing flowers so that angels, can you, check my flowers and then offer them to those little scattered parts of you? Yeah, sure, that'd be adorable. Yeah, energy healing flowers are very versatile like that. You can do it for a stuck inner child part of you. Give that part of you energy flowers. Very, very versatile. Okay. Someone says, hi, Janet. Is it possible to radiate negative karmic ripples as easily as the positive ones, even though it's managed by the angels? If so, how do we keep from doing that beyond intention? You're not doing it, by the way, because if that's the subtext, like, oh no, am I doing that? You're not. So it is possible, but like I said, the angels maintain that space, so it's automatically like corrected if someone does do it. Like, to pick like a pop culture example, if this is too triggering, just like, bring up earth energy or something, but like, to pick up who I would say is somebody sending trying to send negative karmic ripples would be the head of, I think his name is David Duke, the head of the KKK in the US, which is a very, it's a explicitly racist organization. And so he tries to send out negative karmic ripples in that gold, communication space, but the angels block it. It's not possible for him to do it. So it's a nice maintained space. I mean, it's bad karma that he's trying, so it's his bad karma that he's trying, but he's not able to do it. I mean, he's able to influence some people in other ways, but not that way. So, because it's a protected space. So if that triggered you, just say, angels, can you help me, feel good again? Or just think about baby, little baby animals, like little baby turtles in the sand, All right. So somebody else says, oops, I lost my place. Okay. Someone says, hi, does continuing to have communications with people who yell, get angry, always hurt self-love? I want to transcend, and I don't know if disengaging completely is better or just being super careful. Yeah, I mean, it depends. I think sometimes, you can be doing things that are very triggering for certain people. And you can think about, well, is it in my best interest to continue to trigger these people? Why do I feel that I want to do these behaviors? Because what you may be doing technically in your mind is a positive thing, but if it's not being appreciated and it's just triggering people and then you're getting trashed for it, you may be in a repeating pattern with that, and you could do that video, Clear Repeating Patterns, if you want. Janet Wright, Clear Repeating Patterns, if you search for that. And another one would be, if you search Janet Wright, Clear Victim Martyr. If you search Janet Wright, Clear Victim Martyr, because it's like clear victim and martyr energy. So it could be that, yeah, either totally disengaging is what your angels are nudging you towards, or it could just be that you might need extra clarity about, when to act and when to not act, because it could be that your actions are just getting you punished and there's no point, so you can look at that. But I think if you clear the victim energy and you clear the martyr energy and the repeating pattern energy about it, that could help you to kind of hear your angels better and just get to a different place with it faster. So, interesting question. I mean, if people yell and get angry, they tend to throw energy and punish, so your self-love only gets hurt if your heart chakra got damaged and blocked, or your fourth layer got damaged and blocked. So, you could be safe with all that, and have your power and just keep self-healing and everything. But I think the point is, what is your part in the situation? And you have choices and options and what's in your best interest. Okay. Somebody says, I've been working hard all week to stay present, focusing on non-judgment and self-love. How am I looking? You're looking fine. Yeah, you're moving forward very fast, actually. Heal yourself today. Yeah, good job. You're bringing a lot of new energy. I think you're having boundary issues with like one person in particular, but like they're kind of like in the front of your right side, 7654 layers. So your front right side of your aura. So you could just focus on that a little extra. Your front right, like the right side of your grounding, the front right side of your aura, a little bit extra. But you look great overall. Okay, someone says, hi Janet, I'd love to know your thoughts on which my main block is. I mean, typically that's so reductive. I wouldn't read like that and say, oh, your main block, like, oh, your purpose in life is, that's always so, I never see things in that way of like, here's the 3 words I want to say to you. But I'll look to see whatever I feel is most useful to you at this time, like that kind of way. I mean, because I think with you, I I think that you did not get today's healing from me. So I just want to make sure about it. I think that's true, and I think you have a bit of too much. I think you have aura damage, so aura repair would be good. Your chakras are healed, so they don't need to be repaired, but just the aura damage would be a thing. So if you haven't learned aura repair from any of my videos, you could just do like the beginning, like first part of the healing today, or, probably that video, Janet Wright, Gold Energy Aura Buffer Zones. That'd be the most efficient way, I guess, because that teaches it to you in 18 minutes, teaches aura repair, if you don't know it. I mean, it looks like in general these days you're moving forward on your path. It's just you're moving forward up like the side of your path, which is sort of my way of saying like you're doing things the hard way a little bit. So, I mean, you tend to have aura damage. So there's that, if you just repair your aura regularly, like daily, that would make things a lot easier for you. Lately, you've been present in like your upper chakras, but not your lower chakras, probably largely due to the aura damage. So you've been in like 7, 6, 5, 4 of your physical body, but not 3, 2, 1. So I would say also once you get the aura repair taken care of, your grounding is usually nice and wide and flowing though. Maybe that video, it's just a quickie. If you search Janet Wright Gold Wax 7 Chakras, there's a quick little video. I think it's like a 5-minute video. For unblocking chakras. So that way you can, focus more on unblocking like, 3, 2, 1 more. So you can work on getting more present down there. So I think if you work on the aura repair regularly and unblocking your chakras with that easy technique, more regularly, I think then, it'd be good to see where you're at that point, see what you need next. So I hope that makes sense. It's not like, oh, your main block is authority figures or something. I would say I look at things more in like sort of an energy mechanics kind of way, where if you get everything whole and flowing and safe, then it's a lot easier than to work on a certain issue at a time. But if you're not as flowing and safe as possible, you may as well do all that first. It's more efficient. Someone says, let me see how I'm doing with time here. 13 minutes left. Someone says, so thank you for your question, by the way. Someone says, how can I learn to put myself out there sharing publicly, like social media? I don't know what's blocking my feelings of self-worth or fear of being exposed. Thank you. It sounds like your angels say you're not ready yet. Like there's something that you want to do, but you're not energetically safe enough to do it. So it seems like actually your angels are holding you back. I don't think it's an inner block. I think I think there's like a little gold net, that's holding you back, saying, not yet, not yet, not yet. And then you're not realizing that's your angels. So you're like, oh, what's my problem? From what I can see, it's like you're seeing step 10, but you're not seeing step, like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And they want you to work on step 4, and then step 5, and then step 6, and then step 7, and then 8, step 9. So like, I think that's part of your whole future thing. You tend to like, live like 2 years from now, like try to bring that, like heal that energy that's stuck in the future, bring it into now, and maybe journal about what could be step 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and so that you can just let the 10th step happen when you're ready for it, you know, and then just work on things that are a little bit more foundational, more strengthening, more edifying than that. So I hope that makes sense. And if it doesn't, you know, just work on it with your angels and journaling. But I think you get the point. What I'm trying to say. It's not that you're stuck. It's that's your angels say you're not ready yet, and there's smaller things to work on sooner before that. Someone says this, which I think is a plus. So thank you very much. Someone says, "Hi Janet, how's my sister doing in this healing? It's her first time today." Ooh, unfortunately, I don't know that YouTube nickname. Wow, my sister. Yeah, because a lot of people pay for family members, so doesn't immediately jump out who would be that nickname that paid for their sister. Yeah, sorry. You can put it on a healing survey, you know, that question, and I'll read it later. Or email me. Because, yeah, I don't know your nickname, so I don't know who you are, so then I can't deduce who your sister is. But I'd be happy to answer that later for you. Sorry. Someone says, I feel better than I did before the healing. I feel like I'm not in my body all the way in. True. You're in 7 through 2 right now, and your second layer is more flowing. Just I would say you could work on the back of your second layer and expand that more. Like try to intuit the width of your aura layers. That could be something good for you to work on. You know, because when you can intuit the width of your aura layers, and you just kind of wing it, you know, and it works. But when you intuit the width of your aura layers, then you realize where you're more compressed. And then where you're more compressed means where there's more stuck energy. So then you know, oh, I need to heal there more. So like your second layer is pretty neat and flowing, like cool and vividly orange in the front and even the sides, but in the back, it's like much more narrow. So then you know, oh wow, okay, the back of my second layer. Let me work on opening that up more. You know, and then all of a sudden you feel like, oh, now I feel like the width is right. Okay, so first layer is narrow and compressed everywhere. Let me work on that more. So you are releasing a lot, and you have way more flow in the front and the sides of your second layer, but just not in the back of your second layer. And then the first layer all around pretty much needs more expansion. So I mean, good job. You are releasing a lot as it is, and you know, take your time. But I think if you practice intuiting the width of aura layers, that would be a good self-diagnostic ability to work on for you. I think self-diagnosing is always important, you know, to kind of practice that, you know, so then you know what to work on each day, you know, and intuiting the width of your aura layers, or if your aura is repaired or not, is a good, you know, intuit if the back of your grounding is flowing or not, or, you know, is your grounding wide enough, you know, that's self-diagnosis that helps you to know what to work on. Okay. Someone says, you're campaigning, LOL, of how caffeine affects our chi was very helpful in my almost eliminating it from my diet for good over time. Can you relay angel thoughts on sugar and how it affects us? Yeah, I mean, you know, my angels just kind of laughed. They're like, you know, and I think they meant me. And it's like, because I've heard that the sugar really impacts the immune system. Um, but I don't have any scientific proof for that. But the angels are like smiling and nodding at me about that. So I know that my acupuncturist, you know, she gave me pretty strict limits I mean, she suggested them. She's very like, oh, whatever you want, you know. But, you know, I adopted them as strict limits. She said, I think it was like 24 grams of sugar in a day max. And then at any meal, at any one time, 12 grams of sugar max. And I try to keep to that. And it seems like it's nice. Seems like it helps. Stabilizing. It's very stabilizing. So I would just say from personal example, I think sugar can be kind of scattering. Um, it can be less grounding. It can cause you to kind of speed up a little too much. So then you're kind of out of your body. A little bit like alcohol. Alcohol is a sugar. But, so it's maybe like less diluted in the effect of what alcohol does on a spirit level, of like distancing you from your body. But, I mean, I'm not trying to shame anybody or anything, I think it's good to just do what changes you're ready for and be your own authority on stuff. But yeah, you can journal, and regularly try to get communication directly from your angels about your sugar and what you're ready to eliminate or what you're ready to do. I think if you journal and think about what your angels are telling you, and write it down, that would be good practice for you. Because then, it feels a lot more real, if you're working on hearing it from your angels, whatever it is. Someone says, "Hi, Janet. Looking forward to the next group healing. What would be best for me to work on prior to the healing? I've been so spotty in my practice for the last 6 months." Yeah, I keep forgetting that name, like what that translates, like your nickname and then your real life name. But anyway, I can look just at you without your name. I would say if you wanted to, if you really felt gung ho, do the last triplet set. The videos. Like take your time, but do like the Friday video, then do the Sunday video, and then do the Tuesday video if you really feel gung ho. If you don't really feel gung ho, maybe just do the Friday video. Or if you feel medium gung ho, do the Friday video and then the Tuesday one and skip the middle. But even if you do, half video one day and half the video the next day or whatever, but I would say, the triplets, we clear a lot, and I teach a lot. And so I think if you work on the last one, it'll just help you kind of, get clearing and get learning. And so you'll kind of be able to receive and enjoy more, the triplet set that's coming. It's not like that's required, but, if you're asking for suggestions, that seems to be what your angels like. So yeah, just look up the last triplet set. Your angels specifically like that one. Because obviously anyone could do that for any of the triplet videos in the past that we've done or recent past, but your angels specifically like the last one. So yeah, that would be May 1st, May 3rd, and May 5th, those videos. And the theme, I don't remember what the theme was, but you'll find it on my website. Taking action, spring into action is what it was called, spring into action. And then I think in the video titles, it says something like, it would probably say action in the video title. I mean, it's recent, so you'll find it easily. Okay, someone says, "Thank you, Janet. Do you think being present on the left has to do with accepting my femininity? Should I try to focus on feminine energy in daily practice or just blocks if you have time to get to these things?" I think for you, yes. I think, sometimes, yeah, for people, right side could be more self-assertive and, stereotypically or whatever, there could be some, self-assertive thing or like a more masculine sort of concept with it. And then the left side could be relating to more feminine or receiving or yin type stuff. So it could be yang and yin. But not for everybody. I mean, you could just have a block here because somebody, threw a bunch of energy right there, but I think in your case, yeah, that there's something to that. I would say too, you can look at like your mom, she's blocked on that side as well. And her mom was blocked on that side. So I think there's some kind of a family thing that you took on. So you could just melt your copy of it. So I think it could be, so it's like a family specific generational thing in your family, but then also it's a female thing. So, there are a lot of interesting ways you could You could work that. Someone says, I feel like I can't see beings or rips in the aura as much as I should after working with you for a longish time. I feel guilty asking my angels to do just blanket recycle them. Yeah, because sometimes that doesn't work as well, because they're like, honey, you should be able to see by now. What I would do is I would practice with my video. I think clearing beings out of your grounding is the most like edifying, strengthening thing. So practice with that. You know, I have a video where I walk people through that. If you search Janet Wright, I think it has advanced in the title. I wonder if I took out advanced just because advanced sometimes spooks people out of that. You know, if someone's not ego-based, they're not like, oh, they might think they're not ready for an advanced video. But I think it says advanced grounding cleanout. And it says beings and blocks. Beings and energy blocks. So you search Janet Wright, advanced grounding cleanout beings blocks, and you'll find it. It's a grounding cleanout video, but you clear out energy blocks and beings. And so I think that's a nice way to practice. I think, you know, people, maybe they're just glamorizing what they think a being is going to look like. A being just looks like a lump of something, you know, like, or like a puff of smoke, or like, you know, this wavy little weirdness. You know, it's not like that exotic, you know, or like a little shadow. You know, it's not some like glorious thing that a being looks like. You've probably been seeing beings. You just think, oh, that? You're just waiting for some kind of like, whoa, you know, some kind of really dramatic movie ready image. But yeah, it's just like an energy block sometimes just looks flat like a book, but then if it's got like a weird lump on it, that's an energy block and a being, you know, but it doesn't look, you know, it's not that special an experience. But yeah, practice with the video. So that's my timer. What does the timer mean? The timer means that we're going to go in the speed round, and I'm only going to read questions now from somebody that hasn't asked yet. If there's any question that's already submitted from somebody who hasn't asked. So a 7-minute speed round. So you can start saying your thank yous if you want to say any thank yous at the end. Okay, and of course, go check my website if you want for all the upcoming group healing themes now through October. And if the January 5th triplet set is not yet sold out, it will be by later today. So just a heads up on that. There's probably like 4 spots left or something by now. So even though my website says 12, it's not true. PayPal is keeping track for me, and so you can try to buy it. I'll check after, you know, afterwards, just so it's not like a big psych. But yeah, the next one is gonna sell it soon. Okay, so speed round. Someone says, that makes so much sense with the pounding of the aura. I will take care of the flashlight beings. Love the weichi auras. I will work on them. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Someone says, I've been trying to imagine clearing fear and energy blocks down my grounding while doing cardio running outside. Yeah, good job. How going for a run affects my overall presence in all chakras. Yeah, I mean, you can look at that yourself. Look at, you know, yourself when you're sitting around the house and yourself when you're running, you know, and you tell me, you know, look at the flow in your lower chakras in each case. Look at your flow and your grounding in each case, and you tell me. Because you're at that level where, you know, I should not be reading that for you. You can do it. So yeah, but your angels are very excited about that. Someone says, are there such thing as demonic souls? Oh my goodness, such a big question for my speed round. Well, I'm not sure what you mean. I mean, if you mean people, human beings, demonic human beings, no. People can channel negative energy or negative beings. So they could have a lot of those kind of beings in their space. They could be actively working with dark beings, we'll call it, or they could be just accidentally working with those dark beings because they had a past life where they actively, you know, were resentful and bitter and trying to hurt people. And then those beings don't clear the agreements with you just because that life is over. So then you accidentally have these negative beings from the past life. and you don't realize it. So you have negative energy, negative beings around you, and you're like, God, why me? It's because, like 4 lives ago, you were really into revenge because something happened and you had a negative parent and negative example and you got stuck in revenge and, whatever. So easy. So are there dark spirits? Yeah, sure. But your angels are more big and powerful than they are. And the more present you are, you work on your energy safety, your weichi aura healing, your regular aura repair, your grounding, being present in all chakras, and you're good to go. You just live right, and you're good. So I hope that makes sense. But, so I guess if anyone listening just wants to know, well, do I have negative spirits that are around me that I somehow have old agreements with? First I would say it's always reassuring to think about your angels, right? So think of a row of your angels. You have angels. Everybody has personal angels. So just think of your angels and they're all in a nice row outside of your aura, waving at you. And then your spirit guide also waving nice and polite. And then just think of a row of like the bad apples, like some kind of spirits that you have old agreements with from the past. And just say, angels, can you help me clear agreements with these guys? And then just imagine the agreements maybe like a bunch of little rocks that you can just melt with gold light. And just, your angels are helping you, and you just melt all the agreements with gold light. And then your angels will help escort any away that aren't going away. But usually just clearing the agreements is what's needed. And the agreements are from a long time ago. So yeah, demonic per se. I don't really use that term. It sounds like it sort of is religious in nature. That's not what I would say. I would just say, invasive beings or beings with negative intentions or something like that. So yeah, there are all kinds of spirits in the world. But you can always ask your angels to recycle any being that you feel is bothering you. If you feel like there's a being like blocking up your shoulder or something, and you feel like there's just some weird block in there, just say, angels, if there are any beings right here, can you please recycle them? And say it like that, angels, that way your personal angels hear it and they can do it. So I hope that makes sense. So it says, no, I already answered your question. So this is the speed round, so I can't answer more questions. Someone says, sorry I could not attend the live stream, but it felt great anyway. I felt like I was bathing in iridescent purple light. Amazing, thank you. Well, you're a sweetie. I wonder if you're saying that about the healing felt great. But I'm glad. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you. I think you already asked the question too. You already asked a question. Someone says that's MySpace screwed up. Well, we're all a little screwed up here and there. Okay, this person has not answered the question before. Hi, Janet. How am I doing with being unscattered? Very well. You're pretty darn present. I mean, I checked how you were doing yesterday, and you were in all chakras, and your first layer even was nice and flowing. So you're quite the rock star lately. How am I doing with healing my kids when they get ungrounded? Yeah, I would say maybe just do it proactively, not just when they're obviously like flipping out, but just maybe unblock their grounding like 3 times a day, just real quick. Since you're advanced and that's like easy peasy for you, center yourself first and then just little gold light. Kids unblock pretty easily, So I think that would be a better bet. Just be proactive, 3 times a day or something, like do it around your lunchtime or around something that, is like it's a ritual. So you don't forget to do it. But I think that would make more sense. But I mean, so far so good. They seem to be releasing a lot of energy blocks that were built up from, they have these patterns where they just get stuck. And so now that you're helping them unblock their grounding more frequently, they're starting to release more. So it's working. Okay, anybody that has not asked a question before, and then gotta go. Everyone else has asked questions before, so there's just Maybe one person I haven't heard from. Okay, that victim martyr one is so good. I love it. Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'm glad you made the Q&A. Welcome. I have to try the clear the repeating patterns one. Yeah, it's neat. It's super simple. I think you'll like it. The image of it is like this circle of arrows. You just search Janet Wright, clear repeating patterns. Someone says, thank you so much. You're welcome. Welcome to the Q&A. If you want, I do 2 Q&As a month. The next Q&A I'm doing is June 7th, Sunday, June 7th, at noon Pacific, 2 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern, because it's 2 hours after the healing live stream. I do one on the 3rd Sunday every month, this one with Q&A, and then I do the one on the Sunday of the triplet healing. I'll do a Q&A. And you're very welcome. And you're very welcome to sit in on the healings too, if you wish. I truly appreciate your help. Well, thank you. You're very welcome. I'm glad you found me. I love the self-love healing. I've been noticing that when I do gold blanket technique, the big X will come up in my vision. Are these cords or a curse or something else? I think that's just a being playing games with you, so you could just have your angels recycle the X being. Give him a funny name just to insult him right before he's gone. Beings tend to, try to intimidate, so you just got to remember, you are the big one. It is easy for a being to show you an image, it doesn't mean that being is, massively capable or anything. It's like easy. All right, so just a being. Just a little pesky being. Okay, someone that I haven't heard from before says, thank you, I'll listen to the rest of this later. Bye, everyone, we can do it. That's right, you can do it, woohoo! And yeah, there are these old Q&A videos exist, because I've been doing them last few months, so you can just listen to the Q&As. They're kind of interesting. They have a lot of food for thought. I like listening to them. Does processing so much cause you to sugar crave more? It might, yeah. Someone says thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'm getting thank yous and flowers. Thank you so much. Thank you. Is energy healing a type of meditation? A friend asked me. Yeah, even though you've asked questions before, that's so relevant. I will answer it. I use meditation and energy healing pretty interchangeably, personally. And I use both on purpose because some people only use one or the other. So I want to talk everybody's language. For me, energy healing is a more active form of meditation, but the form of meditation that I do is a more active form of meditation, versus like, okay, lie down, float off, be one with the universe. I would say that's a more passive, I'm kind of being hyperbolic there, maybe, I'm sort of stereotyping, but there is a sort of a passive form of meditation, which I don't do. I do a more active form of meditation where, you reflect and observe and you're open to realizations, but you also take action. You take mindful action and you heal something or balance something or release something. So yeah, technically for me, energy healing is a type of meditation. Thank you. This was super helpful. Really appreciate these live Q&As. Thank you. I'm glad you do. Thank you for the explanation of timeline. I'm not watching live. Have to keep pausing to note your tips. Thanks, Janet. These Q&As are so informative and fun. Well, good. See you in the next one. Thank you so much, Janet. I got lots of flowers and rainbows and hearts and everything. Thank you so much. Thank you. Got more rainbows and a heart with wings, I think. Thank you, Janet. Have a blessed day. Well, what a wonderful note to end on. You guys are so sweet. Thank you. I'll pass it along. I have a feeling it was all one. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. It's just, people have different perceptions. Some people are very rigid, no, meditation is this and it's not that, and energy healing is this and it's not that. Whatever. Those people, Yay for active meditation. This is healing. Yes. That is healing. You are a blessing. Thank you so much. You guys are sweet. Alrighty. Well, I hope you go and have a wonderful evening or morning or afternoon, whatever it is for you. If you need a power nap, I hope you take one. If you need some protein, I hope you do it. If you need some hydration, I hope you do it. But, you know, whatever it is, I hope it's good. Okay? If you want to know what group healings are coming up, I posted recently all the group healings through October on my website, which is janetwrightreadings.com, on the session payment page. So there's like a sessions menu, pay for sessions here is the page. And you'll see, if you scroll down enough, you'll see all the group healing themes through October. And on the Sunday ones, that's when the Q&As are after each healing. So there's a Sunday triplet healing. Right after that one, there's a Q&A then. And then right after the healing master classes on that Sunday, there's a Q&A right after that. So 2 Q&As a month that you could rock if you want. Oh, I'm getting so many pretty flowers. That's wonderful. Oh, protein, animal or plant. It doesn't matter. Protein is protein. I mean, you know. Yeah, no, I'm not. Yeah, if you don't eat meat, you don't eat meat, you know? Quinoa is protein, and, you know, beans and rice are protein. So yeah, protein is still very grounding, even if it's beans and rice. Okay, cool. You guys are awesome. Woohoo!